Hey gang, it's Paul with Stud Pack. Welcome back to our channel and welcome back to our tenant upgrade here in northwestern Washington State. Jordan and I have been hard at work along with his sister, my wife, and our future son-in-law, and this place is looking great. In our previous video, you saw us paint the whole house. We feel like we covered up about 95% of the shenanigans that went on here. It looks super. A fresh coat of paint does wonders for any home. Our last huge step is tiling. And actually I get a little anxious about tiling, but on this one I'm feeling pretty good. Especially after we did all that complicated wood flooring, right? I'm in one of the bathrooms, obviously, and the floor area is only 5 by 5. The master bath is exactly identical to this one, and we're using 12 by 24 tile, so it's gonna go super quick. We need some 1/4-inch backer board to go on top of this subfloor before we can tile. And we gotta get all our tile, thin set, grout, spacers, even our trowels and our grout float. We don't have any tools or any tile, and no tile saw. So we're gonna run into town and pick up all that stuff right now. Whew, that was a big jump. That truck's a lot taller than mine. All right, gang, we're outside. We went to the store this morning. Actually went to 3 stores. Started at Home Depot, thought we could do a one-stop there with the saw rental and all the tile. That particular Home Depot didn't have a tool rental, and they didn't have the backsplash tile we wanted. So we ended up going to Lowe's for the rest of the stuff, which worked out great for us because Lowe's sells Mapai, and I love their products, so does Jordan. So we got 3 different thin sets for use on this job. 1/4-inch backer board for the floors, that's all we need. Here's our floor tile, there's our backsplash tile. Even had to get a mixer for the thin set.
We might have to take that one home with us, dude.
I think we will. We'll sneak it in the suitcase. And my brother brought his big old electric drill. That thing's ancient. Wait till you see that. So we can put this in there. And check this guy out. Hardware Sales in Bellingham. The rental yard there is awesome. Big shout out to them. Those guys are super helpful. And this thing's a beast. It makes the one that Jordan and I have been using look like a toy. I guess it really is a toy.
So the guy who was checking us out, at the hardware sales place, he was like a mountain man. He was like, yeah, you know, you guys are doing a bathroom? And I was like, yeah, man, we've been using like a little 7-inch cobalt. You know, and he was like, man, it's just kind of hard to cut angles. I was like, oh, we cut angles pretty good on the cobalt, so I think this is going to be more than enough.
And we didn't even have one of these on the cobalt.
Yeah.
It's missing this part.
Yep.
So we have that and a stop, and then the cobalt is also missing the outfeed table, so that's going to be great for our large format tiles.
Does this one have a laser?
I don't know. I don't know. Dude. But this sun is so bright, I don't think we'd be able to see the laser.
That's a good point.
That thing is sweet. Can't wait to use that. So why don't we get set up and start tiling?
Perfect.
Get it on the video. Jordan, you should shake your head. You gotta look at the camera and shake your head.
All right, man. That was killer. You did a good job, dude.
Yeah, bud, that
First
was
time?
fun. Yeah, harder than it looks, but you know what? I had a lot of fun. Yeah, dude, this is a perfect job.
We're ready to lay some tile, huh?
Let's do it.
Cool, man. Well, let's go outside and check up on Dad. Hey, Dad.
Hey, bud.
What you doing out here?
Well, how's it going inside?
We just got all the Wonder Board down.
Y'all left me all alone out here.
I could say the same for you. That's the first time that I've ever done that by myself.
Go, dude.
Yeah.
You're good to go.
We're doing it. So catch us up. What have you been doing out here?
It's door day. 12
Doomsday?
doors. Yeah, it feels like it. So there's 12 doors in this house. I got 6 sliders, and they all need to be fixed. So the previous tenants left them outside. See what happened?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm gluing all that back together. And then on this side, check this out. I've never seen this done before. They just clipped the door on the bottom to clear the baseboard as it ran into the closet.
But it's not even a square cut. It's just a slant cut.
Yeah. And of course, now we have bigger baseboard. We went round and round on how to fix it. In the end, we're just gonna notch it just like originally. And we've actually seen this in 2 other houses around here. So it must be a thing up here, how they do it. If I had to do it at home, I would put a bumper jam there, straight up from the baseboard, so it's all solid, but this will be fine. So I'm notching this, gluing that, and then these are ready for paint. Let's go inside and I'll show you our setup. So we've got our door set up like this. We've actually talked about it before on the channel, how the pros do it. So we bought a bunch of paint sticks. We've got them setting on drywall screws on the bottom, just so they don't stick to the paper after they're dry. I got 1 more to do. Those 6 are ready. Then I got a couple of bifold doors and 2 bedroom doors to fix. And we're gonna paint all those tonight on our way out of here, and they'll be ready to hang tomorrow.
Well, you're doing a good job, man.
Thanks. Can we go check on, should I go check on your work and give it an inspection? Stud pack seal of approval?
Stud pack seal. Well, I'm approved to give a stud pack seal of approval.
Oh,
I gave myself the stud pack seal of approval.
All right.
All right, so let's go use that DeWalt tile saw. Let's get that thing set up and start ripping, huh?
Yep. I'm kind of using it as my workstation.
Yeah, dude, what
right
is
now.
this?
All right, I guess I'll clear it off.
Hey gang, so just a quick update. I'm in the bathroom tiling by myself. Dad has always been with me. I've always been filming him, which I love doing and I love learning, but he actually put me on this bathroom by myself. And I think maybe judging by my clothes, my workstation's kind of messy. Dad, you make this look too easy, okay? When I'm filming you and I'm watching, in my head I'm thinking I can do it, and I'm doing it now, but it's taking me 3 times as long and I'm wasting thin set and it's a mess, so respect.
I'm gonna give this a test.
Yeah, nice. You coming back here?
Yep. I'm
Make
just gonna
this look
give
too
this
easy, man.
I'm just gonna give this a test. I can just test it from this side.
Be careful, because it's a...
You said 5.5 by 24? Because they're only 23.5.
Perfect.
Length. Cool.
Perfect.
Awesome. Bingo.
All right, Dad, how did I do?
It looks great, man.
Don't be honest.
It really looks good.
Because look, here's the problem, is that I have you to compare everything to.
Okay.
That's the problem, right? So this was actually my first solo tile job.
Yep. I didn't come in here at all.
Right.
Right? I got
So-
my own project.
Yeah, so you've been outside, I don't know what you've been doing, we're gonna go check that out in a second, but I was in here just knocking this out. This is the first time in 2 years, you know, because I love filming you and I love watching you, so that's why, you know, we were unable to capture this because I was the one tiling, right? For my first job, I feel like it could have been a lot worse. What do you think?
Yeah, and we're used to the leveling wedges now. And we don't have those. I guess we could have bought them, but it's just more money. Mm-hmm. And we're trying to do a budget job here, so the spacers work fine.
The leveling wedges make such a huge difference.
Yeah. They act as a spacer and as a leveling system to prevent the lippage. But
Right.
this is great, man.
I think this is cool. So we're actually gonna hit the master bathroom next.
Yep.
And you're gonna be laying those.
Okay.
And I'll be cutting. That way we can actually get it done quickly.
Just like we've always
Because
done.
this took me all day. But why don't we go head outside?
Yeah, while you were fighting this, come check out what I've been fighting.
Okay.
I've been battling doors All 6 of these needed to be repaired.
Yeah, we saw that earlier.
Yep, those 4 are good. 2 new doors, and they are too wide for the opening. So I have to rip a door. I don't even have a circular saw here. So this is what I came up with. I turned my table saw into a door ripping jig. So just a $12 piece of MDF. This is a piece of the casing we had left over. It's just nailed down as a fence, clamped to the table. We already tried it once. It's a 3-person job. One person has to be here holding this table down, and they act as the switch on and off.
Why do they have to hold it down?
It's just so chippy.
Oh, jeez.
Yep. Another person is over here, and their only job is to make sure that door never comes off this fence. Another person pushing it through. Why don't we grab Brad and cut that last door, and I am done with doors.
Cool. And you're going to go straight from doors to tile.
Yep.
What would you rather do? Cut doors like this or tile in there?
I'm tired of doors.
Well, I'm tired of tiles.
Then it's a perfect time to switch. All right. Hey, Rad, you got a minute?
Oh yeah.
Rad, power.
Turn it off, bud.
That's like a track saw right there.
Dang.
Pretty good job. Nice job, gang.
That was epic.
All right. Okay. It's good.
I can make it better.
Back out of the bathroom, slowly with your hands up.
Drop the sponge.
Drop the sponge.
Wait, one more. Drop the sponge. All right, I'm done.
Good job.
Nice. Oh,
Yeah.
great thin set.
Right.
Great saw man. Great support team in the back.
Cool.
All right. Cool, man. Both bathrooms are done. As you can see, we use tile as a baseboard. You just cut it to the height of the toe kit, let it run under the cabinet. It looks super. Because usually baseboard in a bathroom gets trashed with the water coming out of the shower. It's a good solution. So we're gonna go out tomorrow. It's almost 9 o'clock. It's still light outside. It's kind of crazy up here. We're so far north. But we're gonna keep tiling. We got the whole squad here. We got the saw still set up in the backyard. We gotta return that thing in the morning. And we're gonna do this whole backsplash with these 4x16 white subway tiles. Got my board here, support the tiles where the range is. I'm gonna have one person working this way to the left, one person in this corner working to the left. I say 1 hour, we're done.
1 hour?
1 hour, let's hit it.
Let's do it.
Well done.
Man, there's nothing like using a wet saw in Washington at 10:30 and 11 o'clock, huh?
Yep, with the neighbors asleep.
Right. Good job, guys.
Yep, you did it.
Let's go get some sleep and come back tomorrow and talk about a few things, huh?
All right, cool. Alrighty, gang, it is the next day. We got, what, Jordan, about 6 hours sleep last night?
The bare minimum.
The bare minimum. Still dragging, but at least we have a little bit of energy to get this thing finished today. But Jordan, I wanted to talk to you about the bathrooms. The thin set is dried up. We are about ready to start grouting. So I did the master later in the afternoon, and he did the hall bath earlier that day. Checked on him a couple times, but didn't really interfere or micromanage.
And it was harder to film it as well because, you know, when I'm actually in the trenches doing the tile laying, you know, no one's worried about the video. So I gotta, you know, that's why we're doing this right now, trying to catch up.
Right.
The main thing I wanted to talk about was we have a little bit of noob versus pro action going on here. There were a lot of things that I saw you doing when you were laying tile that I wasn't doing when I was laying tile. My whole experience was pretty horrible. But when you were laying tile, it just looked like the smoothest, like easy breeze deal going on. And I think there are a couple reasons why.
Yeah. So one time I did check on you guys. I noticed you didn't have a bucket of clean water or a sponge to clean up with. My advice is always be cleaning. With that bucket of water, you can clean your hands, clean your tools, but more importantly, clean the tiles as you work.
Yeah, so we did not have a bucket.
So I brought you that.
Yeah, also a tool that you use a lot is the small putty knife.
Right.
So you're using that thing constantly.
Yeah. I use that in replacement of a margin trowel because we didn't have one.
Right. Any type of small, flat putty knife or margin trowel. And what's the purpose of that, Dad? I mean, what does that prevent and what do you do with that?
So mainly what I use it for, like say these 3 tiles are laid, for instance, and some of the thin set will squeeze out into this area where this one goes. I'll take that margin trowel and I'll clean the thin set around here. Otherwise, it'll ooze up right here where your grout's gonna go. It needs more cleanup later. Just a quick little pass, not flat, but at an angle. I think you could see it in the video and in our past videos, we've certainly done that.
So you're talking about when you're laying it and the thin set is down, you're making a pass on the outskirts of the thin set to prevent squeeze out.
Right.
Because if you lay the tile, like say you were to just trowel it and then lay the tile right over it, you would have squeeze out on all of your edges,
right here.
which is actually what I was doing.
Yeah. Say I'm back here, and I've already laid this row of tile. I may do 2, right? Because I can reach this one, and I can reach this one, and work my way down. But in this bathroom, I had to do this first, and work my way out. And you've got your thin set bucket, your water bucket. There's hardly room. So as I'm working out of the door, now it's all behind me, but we got it done. And you know, sometimes, like we said, a smaller room sometimes takes longer than a big room just because all the cuts, there's no room to work, but it came out great.
It did come out good.
And a couple times in here, I had more lippage than I wanted, and we don't have our leveling spacers. So I use these to put under a tile. So say this one was low, I'd use my margin trowel or that putty knife and lift it up, and I'd put one of these under there to keep it from going down. Sometimes it's just easier to have something solid under there as a stop rather than relying on the thin set. So that's how we did the bathrooms. Why don't we go check on the backsplash? Backsplash tile came out great. We already pulled the spacers. You can see our temporary support here where the range goes to support this row of tile. A couple details. Typically on a project, we're gonna put a piece of metal edging right here to hide that edge. But again, budget, right, and time. So we'll make that look as nice as we can. We got a white grout on this white tile. The plan was gray tile, but they were out at the Home Depot, so we just switched to white, and it's fine.
Mom wanted a gray. The reason she says is it transitions from the grays in the countertop, and it transitions from the some design talk. We don't know anything about that.
And then I wanted to just do 4 full tile right here and not even put this one in. But between Liz and Summer, they wanted it, so all the guys got overruled, and we kind of know when to pick our battles, so we just ripped this on the saw. It was easy. And then over here, this right-hand side of this backsplash, you can see it cuts right across the left-hand side of this plate. We didn't want to notch the tile around the plate. We thought that would look terrible. So we're actually going to rip some wood to go here, and the cover plate will be flush on the tile on that trim. We'll give you a shot of that later, and that's going to look great. But I say we go mix up some grout and start finishing this thing. What do you think?
Let's do it.
All right, let's keep going. Alrighty gang, that's gonna be a wrap on tiling this tenant makeover house. 2 little bathrooms in the backsplash. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you grab that like button for us. Don't mix that grout too early like Jordan did, or you're gonna pay for it in the end. Leave us a comment, ask a question, subscribe. We would really appreciate that too, and we'll see you on the next one.